Hi everyone, welcome to our final session of the day. We're going to do a little wrap up for you. First of all, I just want to thank everyone for attending today. This was awesome. I hope you enjoyed it as much as we did. In a moment, we're going to bring in Stephen, who's a member of our student recruitment team. But I just want to let everyone know that if you have any last minute, late breaking questions that you just need to get an answer to, please put them in the chat box during Stephen's little presentation, and we will answer as many as we can before the end of the day. So without further ado, Stephen, I will hand the mic over to you.
There we go. Thank you, Emma. So you've spent the day with us today and learned a lot about the exceptional academic areas and student services we offer to make your post-secondary experience the best that it can be. The question is, now what? What's your next step? And for many of you, if you have the information you need to make your decision, the next step is to simply apply to a Georgian program. On the other hand, some of you may need more information to make your decision, and that's okay. There are other ways to connect with you and obtain more information as well as to apply. You can take part in another virtual recruitment event. We have 4 coming up in the next 4 weeks. Our hour-long Get to Know Georgian events take place on November the 19th and 24th. As well as December 3rd and 8th. You can watch a recording of the live sessions you're interested in. We'll send you an email with links when they're ready. You can sign up for brief webinars being led by faculty of the programs you're interested in. And again, we'll send you an email with the times and links. When you're ready, you can also set up a 30-minute phone appointment with one of our recruitment specialists. You can find the contact information on our main website by clicking the Connect with a Recruiter button in the upper right-hand corner. At this point, I will turn it back to Emma for any closing questions before we wrap things up.
Fantastic. Thanks for that, Stephen. We have a couple questions here from folks. So someone's saying, I didn't get a chance to apply for free today. When will be my next opportunity? Or if I don't get a chance to apply for free, that's the question. When will be my next opportunity?
Yeah, absolutely. And I would encourage you to log into the next upcoming virtual recruitment events that we have scheduled. And as mentioned, the Get to Know Georgian events will be coming up in the next couple of weeks, November 19th and 24th. And during that time, you can connect with one of our recruitment specialists and receive a voucher to cover the application fee. Additionally, we have those 30-minute phone appointments, which have been extremely popular. And again, if you simply log in and select a time that's convenient for you, one of our recruiters will call you and you can make a connection. And then, of course, we'd be happy to provide you with that voucher. And we always recommend that students take the time to go through the application process. Make sure you select Georgian College at the top of your list, of course. And then from there, we would invite you to connect with a recruiter to receive that voucher code and then apply that voucher code to your application. So those are wonderful opportunities to get connected with Georgian.
That's perfect. Thanks, Stephen. And I want to reiterate to anyone on the line, don't panic that it's, 10 minutes to 4. You have until 6 o'clock today to get your application in. So, you've still got 2 hours. If for some reason you can't do it today, Stephen's mentioned some great ways to connect afterwards, but you still have time. So no need to panic there. Another question for you here, Stephen. Someone's asking, so I plan on applying today. How will I know if I'm accepted to Georgian? When will I find out?
Yeah, great question, Emma. The application process is set up in such a way that if you're applying to a program that starts in January 2021, we're working with rolling offers right now. So if you're applying and you want to learn of your acceptance, you should be receiving word within the next few days from the Office of the Registrar in terms of next steps. They want to make sure that they have all of the information that they need in order to make a decision. So if they need transcripts and other additional documentation, be sure to watch your email and then follow any of the instructions that are listed there. If you're applying to a program that starts fall of 2021, then the deadline for application, and it's not really a true deadline, it's more just a date that we have, it's February the 1st. And if you're applying to a very popular program, it would be important that you have an application in the system long before February the 1st, because at that time, that's when the rolling offers will begin. So we'll be able to inform you as to whether or not you've been accepted, and then you have up to May to make your decision. So again, you can apply to up to 5 programs on one application form, with as many as 3 program choices at Georgian College.
That's great. Thanks for that, Stephen. Someone's looking for some clarification on the apply for free, so I'll just take a quick minute just to reiterate what that is. So as part of the open house event, we are waiving the $95 OCAS application fee. So in order to have that fee waived, you simply need to complete your application today, November 14th, before 6 p.m. and make a Georgian program one of your programs of choice. As you go through the application, you will come to a payment page. Do not pay. We don't want you to pay. We want to pay today. So you will pause on the payment page and you will simply log out of the account. What will happen is OCAS will essentially go in on the back end and pay that $95 on the next business day, and you will receive an email confirmation from OCAS saying that it's all been taken care of. So as long as you complete your application today, November 14th, before 6 p.m. and make Georgian a program of choice on your application, you will have that $95 waived. So I'm really glad someone brought that up. It's always good to be reminded of those steps. I have a great question for you here, Stephen. Someone said, can a student apply to a course in both Barrie and Owen Sound? If there are 2 courses, could the student apply to 4, 2 at each campus?
Yeah, no, we strongly recommend, because, for example, if you're looking at Police Foundations, that program is offered at both the Orillia and Owen Sound campuses. So if you want to apply and include those as choices on your application, you could then indicate that you're applying to the Orillia campus for your first choice, maybe the Owen Sound campus for your second choice, or vice versa. At the point of their third choice, you need to pick another college, 2 more programs, or 2 more colleges. And that's, again, there's a limit on the number of applications that you can make to one college. Good question.
Thanks for clarifying. Yeah, thanks for that. Someone is asking, can I apply to multiple programs for free today? So I think you kind of touched on that, but it doesn't hurt to expand a little on it.
Yeah, absolutely, Emma. We're covering the cost of the application fee, and it's essentially a voucher. And on your application, there's a payment section that says, hey, if you have a voucher, enter that code here, apply the voucher, and then process your application. There may be a small fee in some cases for a transcript request. And if this is something that has to be processed electronically, which is in most cases what occurs, that request may come with a small fee of $10, $15, depending again on where that transcript request is coming from. But again, the idea of accounting for the application fee, we're here to offer a voucher, and then you can apply to as many as 5 programs, no more than 3 at any one college, and would be happy to assist with that.
Fantastic. Okay. Oh, this is a great question. So someone's saying, so they complete their application and then they change their mind on the courses they want to apply to. Can they go back into their application afterwards and make that change?
Yeah, that's a really popular question, Emma, and I'm glad that they brought this up, because what happens sometimes is you attend events like Open House and you discover a new program area that you never even knew existed. So if you've applied and you have submitted your application, the service that exists with Ontario colleges that's essentially what the fee covers. The ability for you to go in and modify your application, you can make changes, you can add and remove programs. If during the offers of admission time frame you are not accepted into your first choice or your second choice, there might be additional openings available. So you can go back in and find out, maybe that program at Georgian College was the one you should have applied to, and it's now available, and they're accepting applications. Then you can change your application and redirect it to Georgian. So definitely you can make changes.
That's great. That's great. Someone is asking, can I only apply to one Georgian program?
Yeah, absolutely. You don't have to exhaust all three choices to Georgian College. So if you want to apply and just include your first choice on the application form, that by all means, then you can do that. We also think that, you know, if it's an option for you to explore some of the other programs. We have students that are applying to programs that are deemed to be very popular. And again, if you want to look to some of the bridging programs, or what we like to call stepping stone programs, like a pre-health science, that might be an option that you would want to include as your second choice. So give that some thought in the application process.
Awesome. Okay. This question says, do you have different weightings for marks from universities versus college level high school courses?
Yeah, and if I understand this question correctly, this is typically what was referred to as a grade differential. So if you applied coming from high school and you had college level credits and someone else applied with university level credits, there was a period in time when there would be a bonus added on your final mark. And unfortunately, it was a ministry directive that was put in place where that wasn't recommended, and therefore what we have is a decision that needs to be made by many students. If you're in college level credits or you're about to choose the college pathway, that might be the best pathway for you to take in order to get the best marks that you can and apply to the program that is offered at Georgian. If you choose to go down the university pathway, that certainly is an option, and in fact is recommended if you're looking at attending any one of our degree programs. So there's some options available. I think it's just a question of where do you see the end game, if you will, if you're applying to programs.
That's perfect. Thanks for that explanation, Stephen. There's a question here that I think I can offer a little bit of clarification on. So this person is saying, when applying on OCAS, if I apply to multiple colleges today, will the application fee for Georgian be paid off while I need to still pay for the others? So the answer is no. All of the programs that you apply to on that application will be waived. You do not then need to go in and pay for any of the other programs that you've applied for. So, you know, maybe you apply for 2 programs at Georgian and 1 program at Seneca and 1 program at Humbert. That's totally fine. And that whole application fee of the $95 will be waived. So you won't have to incur any other fees. The only fee you might have to pay for is if you are required to submit any transcripts. That will have to be paid above and beyond the $95. Tia has a great question here for you, Stephen. She's asking, is the fee for the flight lab in aviation management included in the tuition?
Wow.
That's a good question.
That's a really good question. Yeah. No, in fact, it's not part of the tuition fee. So it's important to note that when you review things like tuition fees, that's essentially the fee that students need to account for in order to take the courses in their program. Now, there might be additional expenses that are part of book supplies and materials. There might even be under the materials section a category called Other, and this ideally would be where you would find cost associated with the flight lab. So again, it's not part of the program tuition fee. It is a fee that's in addition to, and I would have to turn to the coordinator to confirm exactly what that fee is. I did see a figure around $400 at one time, but don't quote me on that.
That's great. That's great. And before we sign off, we are right at 4 o'clock. There are a couple folks who just want a little bit of clarification on getting their application for free. So to reiterate, you need to complete your application today on November 14th before 6 p.m. and you need to make one of our Georgian programs a choice on your application. When you get to the payment screen, you do nothing. You don't have to pay, you don't have to put anything in there, you just simply log out. On the next business day, OCAS will go into the system and will waive that $95 and you will receive an email confirmation that it's been done. So no need to pay, it'll all be taken care of for you. So with that, I'd like to turn it over to Stephen for just a final farewell, and I'd like to thank everyone for attending Open House today.
Thanks, Emma. And I too would like to express my appreciation on behalf of my fellow recruiters and staff, faculty from Georgian. This has been an outstanding day. We have been subjected to so many really good questions, and I hope that more and more people found the answers they needed and will soon take advantage of the opportunity to apply. And like Emma said, if you missed the application process today and you still want to take advantage of the OCAS vouchers, the free applications, there are other options like our Get to Know Georgian events coming up in November. And as I mentioned, those are on November the 19th and the 24th. And then we have a couple in December as well. And you can go and register and take full advantage of those. The other piece I want to mention, of course, is that we're here. And simply reach out to let us know that if you want to talk to a recruiter and take advantage of one of those 30-minute speak to a recruiter phone call appointments, simply log in, select that big blue button, talk with the recruiter at the top of the page, and we'll be happy to call you at a time that's convenient for you. So again, thanks everyone. I know that you're going to love the Georgian experience, and I can tell you firsthand that we can't wait to see you on campus. So thanks a lot for your time.